Good morning, YouTube. What do we want to talk about today? Today, we want to talk about becoming a mad scientist. This theory got brought to me a while back, and once I kind of registered this theory, I incorporated it in my daily life, right? And the whole theory of becoming a mad scientist just pretty much means that life is not like it's just all a test. It's all just a game. It's all just things it's trial and error. There's no rules. There's no like you need to pick this thing and do this thing for the rest of your life, or even if you do pick this one thing and it becomes the rest of your life, doesn't mean you're going to do it the same exact way the rest of your life. You're going to start implementing new things and testing things out in different ways, right? So the whole theory of becoming a mad scientist is just to look at everything as a test, right? So Albert Einstein has a saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting new results. And that saying always stuck to me because I never want to keep doing the same thing. I always need to make some type of iteration, some type of change. So if something's going right for me, I'm going to keep doing that one thing, but then I'm going to try to tweak it 1% here and there. Like, let me test one specific thing, right? So I'll just use health because I'm kind of going down a health, like, little rabbit hole, right? So I'm doing all these health things, but then I'm like supplementing things here and there, right? So it's like, all right, I'm walking 10K steps a day. All right, what happens if I go to 12K steps, right? Or I've been doing these supplements. What if I add creatine? Does creatine actually help? So it's just becoming a mad scientist, right? And it's like, how much does jump roping help my jujitsu game, right? So it's little tweaks and you test them out. And just like we were back in the day in school when there was like, your teacher was like, you do an experiment, you should, come up with a hypothesis and then your results, do the test and results. And that's just how everything. It's like, go into something, start with the hypothesis. Like, what do I think is going to happen if I add this, right? If I run an ad and I run $5 ad, what do I think is going to happen? Then run the $5 ad. Then after the ad, assess what happens to the ad. Then say, oh, what happens if I go to $10? What happens if I go to $15? Oh, $15 is too much. $5 is too little. $10 is a sweet spot. This is a bad example, but it's just an example, right? So it's iterations. And with everything, if you just look at the world as a big test, then there is actually no failing, right? The only failure, like Albert Einstein said, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting new results. That's the only way you fail. So every time you try something new, you're just taking a new lesson, right? So you hear about this new thing, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's going crazy. Okay, put $10 into Bitcoin. If you lose, cool. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Go to zero? Okay, you lost $10, but you learned a lesson. Next time, put 15. Try putting in, you know what I mean? So like just testing different things out. Testing. And it comes back to the habit things that we talk about reading books and taking in information. And every time I go to a conference or I go into a book or whatever, I go into a podcast, my goal is just to leave with one gem that I can test somewhere else, right? I just want to steal one nugget, put it in my toolbox and test that tool out. And if the tool doesn't work, I throw it away and I get another tool, right? So that's the main purpose of this video, is just become a mad scientist, test things out, and don't be scared of trying new things and testing new things, because outside looking in, people are going to look at you like, this dude's doing something else again? Wasn't he just doing this last week? And he was doing this week? Okay, that's fine. That's their opinion. But I know and you know what you're trying to get done. So it might take 100 iterations, 100 tests, but eventually you'll figure it out, right? And it's in all parts of life. It's not just in health. It's not just in wealth. It's in all parts of life. It's all about testing. And when you get a winner, you keep going on with the winner, but then you make micro changes to the winners to keep improving. 1% better, that's the only goal. 1% better each day. And that's it. You guys have a great day. Happy holidays. Love you guys.